and welcome to day 11, where we are going to focus on ankles and feet, and we are going to begin practice in a standing position. So come over when you're ready. So starting in a hip width distance stance, I invite you to just bring the awareness into the feet. Maybe you want to place hands on the belly as you feel the connection to the ground. Gently bending the knees. And maybe you can feel how the weight is leaning more towards a part of the foot. Can be the top of the foot, the heel, the inner or outer corners of the feet. And maybe you can bring that weight more towards center. How does that feel? Spreading the toes, also not holding on with your toes too much. Taking this balanced stance in just for 2 more breaths. We're then starting to circle the body around the feet, so keeping the feet grounded as you move your body sideways, front and back, maybe bending the knee more or less as you move into a certain direction. And keeping the sole of the foot grounded, so we don't want to yet start to lift it. You might feel your foot about to lift or how it's getting ready to lift, but we try to keep it on the ground. What muscles can you notice that are engaged? Let's switcheroo, other direction. And then coming to center. Bringing the weight now into the front and the back of the foot. So inhale, coming onto the ball of the foot, maybe really lifting those heels. Exhale, maybe leaning back, maybe the tops of the feet lift as you lean into the heels. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lean back. Working with balance here, so you can feel free to use your arms as you would if you were on a tightrope. If you lean back, I find it really helpful to bring the torso a little forwards and sort of slightly bend at the waist. Maybe you can feel your legs engaging, your calves, your thighs, feeling that connection. And then staying on your tippy toes, maybe bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And then release it all down. And bringing now the feet close together. Strong legs, strong glutes. Coming onto your tippy toes once again. And then slowly bending the knees as you come into a little squat. Maybe you can maintain balance, or perhaps you just want to support yourself with your hands. No biggie either way. Take another breath in and out. And then bring the fingers down to the ground. Walk the feet just a bit apart. And now you can try to bring the heel down. So the knees are facing forward. For me, I can kind of find it, but it's really hard to stay if I haven't done too much, or I haven't done enough mobility. So maybe you're just about bringing the heels down. For me, I can feel a nice stretch along the calf. This is kind of where we want to be. So it's not about bringing the heels down, it's finding a position where you can stay. I can definitely feel that in my ankles. Take another breath in and out to come into a tabletop. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And maybe you want to just tug the toes under and shift a bit back and front. So bringing not the weight into the heels, but just playing a little bit with spreading your weight. And then returning into the tabletop, putting the toes, extending the toes again. And then let's just extend that right leg back and then point and flex the foot. So pull the toes towards you and then point the toes away from you, finding balance in the body. Another breath in and out. Then hug that right knee into the chest. Place that right foot on the outer corner of the right hand. So we've got a 90 degree in the knees. Let's come up, right hand on top of the right thigh. And then walk that right foot just a bit more inwards into the mat. And let's just bring more weight into that right foot, keeping the right heel grounded, but knee maybe past the ankle. So moving front and back. If you want, you can tug the left toes under and find different sensation in the left foot, but that's optional. And then maybe staying with your right knee past your ankle. I'm gonna just untug the left toes because my knee is not so happy with that. Really grounding that right heel down. Just another breath in and out. Coming back up, hands down to the ground. Let's walk that right foot out and bring it back into a tabletop. Switcheroo, extending left leg, and just point flex your toes. Very isolated movement in the foot. And then hugging the left knee in. Step it next to your left hand, 90-90, and come up. Walk that left foot a bit further in. And then bring the knee past the ankle. You could again just tug the right toes under. Playing a little bit around with this. Maybe you can feel how your ankle movement is also connected to your hips and to your legs. So even if we isolate something, and let's just stay into that little stretch, it's going to benefit the rest of the body. So it could be that in a squat it's your ankle that are limiting movement, but it could also be that it's the hips. So bringing that left heel really down, down, down. Another breath in and out. And then hands back down. Walk that left foot out a bit. Left knee meets the right. Let's bring those those knees together. Tugging both toes under, and now let's try and sit back onto the heels. Maybe grab your little toes to tug them under. Maybe bring weight in to the feet, or you could also come and bring it more towards the front, but perhaps it feels a little more possible as we've worked with the feet quite a bit now. Or maybe it feels inaccessible. Completely fine. We are working with where we are. Making sure you're not tensing at this potentially quite intense stretch. Let's take 2 rounds of breath wherever you are. And then lean forwards, untug the toes, just give them a bit of a clap and sit back on your heels. Maybe bring the heels a little together. For me, I tend to have my heels more turning outward, rotating outward. So if I bring my heels directly underneath the sit bones, I can definitely feel a stretch. Top of the foot. You could try and lean back, and maybe the knees are coming off the ground. This is quite different when I have my heels in this unusual position, so I'm not going to go too far. You could also lean back and support yourself. Just take 2 rounds of breath wherever you are. and then come upright. So if I put my heels in my normal position, I can bring them a lot higher. So it's quite interesting, just a teeny twitch in the heels. Find a seat where you can just take a moment to pause and check in with yourself. Noticing how the feet are feeling. Maybe you can notice the muscles of the legs that have been engaged a little bit today. And let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a breath in and out to maybe bow chin to chest as a humble gesture of gratitude. Thank you so much for taking this practice with me. I hope that you can feel a little more space in your ankles and hips. Maybe you want to try to continue moving, go into squats or lunges where you might notice the difference. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care and bye-bye.